I'm cheap. DVDs are cheap. I want to play my DVDs on this Samsung 4K flat panel. I do have this lovely late model Sony DVD player, but it only outputs RGB over SCART. The flat panel doesn't accept SCART, but accepts component. I guess I could get some RGB to component transcoder from Mike Chi or something, but then I've got 5 cables dangling down from the back. I want one HDMI. I got one of these SCART to HDMI converters, but I'm not even gonna show you the footage. It crushed All Blacks harder than the Australian rugby team. It's muddier than your coffee at 4 p.m, okay? We don't wanna use this. It sucks. Sucks for video games, sucks for video. I don't have a Xbox or a PlayStation handy. Well, actually I do have an Xbox One, but it's white, and white just won't work in this room. Look at the decor, it's not gonna happen. I need a Blu-ray player that can do the upscaling itself, then output it over HDMI. But it's gotta be Sony. I don't want any other weird companies, LG, Philips. Who's heard of these no-name brands? So I looked at the prices of Sony Blu-ray players. Did I mention I was cheap? After enough searching, I found one locally, untested, no power cable, no remote, $5. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. So finally, it arrived. There it is. Beautiful. It's a box, it's Sony, it's exactly what I wanted. Now to solve those other problems. Knockoff remotes are $3 on AliExpress. True, but then it does take 4 weeks for AliExpress to arrive. This is Europe. We don't have an Amazon fulfillment warehouse on every street corner. Now to solve the power issue. 12 volt. I remember I have a spare 12 volt adapter. 12 volt, center pin positive, 1.5 amps. Perfect. But when I went to plug it in, no means no. Sony, of course, being Sony, put their own kind of proprietary kind of plug on the back. I want to use a regular DC barrel jack. Oh, Sony, why do you always need to do this? Admittedly, you do it less than you used to. Betamax and those cards that go in the PS Vita and the PS TV and... Anyway, I looked up the price of these power adapters online and all I could find was like $20 from Amazon Germany. I paid $8. I'm not paying $20 just to connect power just because Sony puts a plug on the end. I'm gonna find a better solution. So this is the point of this video. I'm gonna show 2 very simple methods that you can use to get power into this unit without buying a $20 proprietary Sony power adapter. The first one I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna wire on an extra port that hangs off the side. And in my second solution, I'm gonna completely replace the plug to have a nice, clean finish here. These are really simple things that you can do with just the most basic of soldering equipment. So the first mod I'm gonna do is super easy. We're not even going to remove that. What we're gonna do actually is just solder in a new socket. And I got this from AliExpress. It's a small little DC jack on one end and then a wire connection on the other. And I'm just gonna solder this onto the board and then I'm gonna push this in here and we're gonna have a new pigtail hanging out the back. They're the 2 solder points. Because I had to go with this mod already, I've already put 2 larger dobs on there. This one is power, this one is ground. You can tell that by looking at the back. The rear pin, center pin positive, so center pin is the back, so center pin is positive. So we're gonna put our positive one here, our ground here. So now I just have to screw this connector back on. Black was positive, red was ground. Look, it's not great on strain relief, but it will do. And you can still get the case back on and the case will hold that wire there. We've got our test monitor here, a simple 720p Sony screen. It works. So let's open it up, put in the old Tropic Thunder, and hot dang, it's playing that DVD. So we know this unit's working, we know this is good. So that's the first solution. Let's remove that mod, and now we're gonna try and remove this power plug completely. I bet not only is Sony using leaded solder, which is going to be really hard to pull out of these 3 points, I bet it's probably some Sony proprietary solder that needs a Sony soldering iron or the service manual or a code somehow. This could be a tricky one. Warning, very dodgy soldering ahead. So the first thing I'm going to try and do is add more solder to try and get all of that solder flowing, and then I'm going to use just a simple solder sucker to try and get it out. Ow, ow, that's hot, ow, ow, ow. Oh, this is hard because this is the power plug. It's meant to be solid. It's not designed to come out easy. Okay, done. A little bit of gentle force from old Screwy McScrewdriver here, and I did manage to get it up. Oh yeah, snap. That is nice and tight. And let's just double check in the machine how it's gonna fit. Oh, look at that. Lines up perfectly. Let's solder that in properly and then put this thing back together. Oh, shit. Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen. We just caught that on camera. I have broken off that piece of the flex cable where it attaches to the board. Oh, this is going to be a pain to put right back on. Oh, so I'm so relieved. Here we go. I did it. So I had to solder wires individually to that flex cable, and I put them on the board. And I'm happy to say that DVDs are playing here. Again, the machine boots up. The machine wouldn't even fire up the drive without that connected. Look, my power plug is now fitting in fine here at the back. That's working well, so I never have to open this machine again. So just a real quick one here at the end. I wanted to leave that in. I screwed it up real bad, and I was pretty concerned that I had, well, my €8 investment, but still it meant something to me. I made a whole video about it, and I'm glad that I was able to save myself. It's not pretty work, but it did the job, and that's all that matters. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Because I live in Estonia, I've got DVDs of all kinds of different languages, and I just wanted to show you. So this is Tropic Thunder, Tropilina Kuu. I'm not pronouncing that very well at all. Simpsonit film, plural of Simpsons, Simpsonit. Australia. And I've got a couple more. Die Hard Hamningslöst. That's Swedish, because we're a small little country next to Sweden and we get all their secondhand shit. And then finally, James Bond, Elat Vine Kardesti. I don't even know which James Bond this is. Wait. Oh, You Only Live Twice. The DVD has it in English. Thank God for different language tracks and subtitles on DVDs.